right, all right. Hey, everybody. Dustin Harris. Quick mini-sode, very quick for you today. Just an idea that, I think is an important idea, for our health and for our well-being, and just because it's a cool toy. A lot of us think that it's unaffordable, and that is a standing desk. It is not unaffordable. It's very affordable, and, I won't let the cat out of the bag yet as to how much I like or dislike mine, but okay, yeah, I will. I love mine. Can't wait to tell you about it. First, want to remind you we are sponsored by Anow Software. Anow is spelled A-N-O-W, as in Appraisers Now. Go to anow.com/coach. You get a free 3-month trial to the All-Star team. Plus, you get an opportunity to try out Anow and find out why it is my total appraisal management software. Again, anow.com/coach. Okay, folks. So I've always wanted a standing, I shouldn't say always, since they became cool. I can't claim that I wanted it before they were cool, unfortunately, but I can tell you that since they were cool, I've wanted to have a standing desk. And every time I got online, I realized that we're talking, $400, $500, $600, $700, $800, sometimes over $1,000 for a real decent one. I did look at the Veridesk. I think it's spelled veridesk.com. By the way, I should just mention here, none of these companies that I'm mentioning today are sponsors here. None of them are paying me to say this. This is just strictly information that as an appraiser business owner, I've experienced and I want you to experience as well. And I want to just give you an opportunity to learn more about something that has made my life easier. I'm seeing more and more appraisers who are going to standing desk. Why? Okay, I'm not going to get into all of the health reasons, but let me just say, if you Google, healthy benefits to a standing desk, you'll, number one, have a lot of reading material, and number two, I think you'll be convinced very quickly that not sitting in your chair all day is probably a good thing for our health. Again, not to get into too much of the science, but our bodies were not made to sit in a chair all day. We were not designed evolutionary wise to do what we do as appraisers. Okay, we're either sitting in our car driving around taking comp pictures, or we're sitting behind our desk. And let's just say that if you Google the the negative side of the high stress lifestyle that we live, the what's the word I'm looking for? Sedentary lifestyle that we live. It is not a good combination, folks. And a lot of us are not eating well. We're grabbing that Big Mac at lunch and wolfing it down because we've got reports to accomplish and reports to do. Folks, I have not become a health nut over the last 18 months, but I have been going to the gym over the last 18 months. I changed my diet dramatically in the last month and a half. It has made a big difference in my life. And I will probably get into that into another podcast. So I'm not going to get into a lot of the health side of things. The purpose of the podcast today is to tell you about a particular brand. Again, they're not a sponsor here. I'm getting nothing over this other than just a pure feeling of satisfaction in giving you some information that may be helpful to you. I came across this company. I can't even remember where. Maybe on my Facebook page with the All-Star team about 2 years ago. I think it's been. It's been about a year and a half ago because my wife bought it for Christmas, not this last year, but the year previous. And I tell you, I love the standing desk. Can't wait to tell you about it. But first, want to tell you about another thing that I love, and that's Anow Software. The opportunity for me to, on a very regular basis, check in, if you will, with how my business is doing. As an appraiser, as a business owner, I want to know what's going on. And Anow allows me to do that in a moment. I can go to the analytics tag, and I can basically answer any question that a business owner should be asking on a regular basis. How are things here? How are things there? How do we compare with last month, with last year, with 6 months ago? How many of this type of product are we doing versus that type of product are we doing? Where do we need to grow? What companies are our main clients? What companies are our secondary clients? What companies did we used to work for 6 months ago that are no longer sending us orders? These are all questions that can be answered with just a flick of the button on anow.com. Go to anow.com/coach. Folks, once again, it's anow.com/coach. And we are back, folks. We're talking about standing desks. I set this up a little bit knowing that, some appraisers have considered a standing desk. If you haven't, I want you to at least do a little bit of Googling, a little bit of reading. Just find that to sit in a chair all day long is not the best thing to do. And just getting up every hour or two will be helpful, and I highly encourage it. I know there's even apps that you can put on your smartphones that will remind you to stand up and walk around every once in a while. It is super healthy to stand up and get the blood circulating on a regular basis. But how about working behind a desk? How about working standing behind a desk? That's what a standing desk will do for you. Folks, there's a lot of options out there. I know one of the most popular, at least they're the most popular on Google. They spend a lot of time on a lot of money on advertising and marketing, and that is VeriDesk. I've heard some mixed reviews about VeriDesk. But I'll tell you, I work with a desk that I just love. I'm just going to show you here. I can't actually show you the picture because my stuff is sitting on my desk, right? But I just want to have you notice the background now. If you're on the Coach Cam, you can see what's on the background now. I'm just going to hit a button here, and you can see everything moving, right? You can probably hear the motor running. This is a motorized desk. It's not a crank. It's not something that I physically lift up like some of these, and it's not one that's, just a standing desk. To me, it's important to have a sit-stand desk, the opportunity to stand up, to sit down at will, and push the chair out of the way, if you will, and to stand here. So I'm now standing, where before I started this sitting. Very, very easy to do. I hit one button, and it goes right to the level that I want it to on the standing. You can set your levels. So depending on how high, how high you are. That was a little shout out to Colorado. How tall you are, it depends on where you're going to put that standing desk, right? And so I have this at a perfect level right now to where I can type. You can see my keyboard right there. I can type at a perfect level. I can sit down. That is also set at a predetermined level. So, for me, this is a custom desk for me. Okay. Now, here's the thing. On the internet, I kid you not, on the internet, for a desk like this, you're going to pay. I know I'm sounding like an infomercial, right? I get it. I'm self-aware enough to know that what this sounds like on the other side. But on the internet, you're going to probably pay between $500 to $800 for a desk like this. It's a solid desk. It is solid surface, meaning it's full wood on the top. It's a pretty desk. It's aesthetically pleasing. It's got the motor, so it's very easy to move up and to move down. It's sturdy. It does shake a little bit. You've probably noticed that on the Coach Cam. Sometimes when I bump things, it kind of does this. Okay, so it's kind of wheeling right now. But that's actually more about my laptop than it is about the desk. The desk is very sturdy for the cost, for the price. I'm telling you, it's a great investment. The name of the company is Autonomous. Okay, I'm going to spell that for you. It's AUTONOMOUSE, Autonomous. There may be an E at the end, there may not be, but just type in Autonomous standing desk, and I think I paid about $300 for the desk that I'm sharing with you. In fact, I'm sure it was less than $300. It was something like $289, something like that before tax and shipping, or maybe it was free shipping. I can't remember. The one negative about this company is it takes a very long time to get here. My wife ordered it about Thanksgiving time for Christmas, and I got it mid-January. She knew that going into it. She said, "Hey, I just checked the reviews online, and the one negative about this company is they're super, super slow to get back to you." I can tell you, in my move from my last office to here, I lost the cord, the power cord, the AC cord for the motor. I called them. I emailed them and asked for a replacement one. They quoted me $71. I thought, holy moly, really? So they might get you on that side, if you ever need replacement parts. I ended up actually finding a cord in my big bunch of cords in my basement. Everybody has one of those boxes or drawers, right, where all the cords are stuck together. I found one in that works just fine. So thank goodness I didn't have to spend $71 plus shipping to replace that. So there's some negatives. Again, slow shipping, replacement parts are expensive. But I'll tell you, if you're looking to get into a standing desk immediately, right away, this is a great one to have. The way that it's set up underneath, you could actually have a walking desk if you purchase the treadmill that goes with it. I have not done that yet, simply because I don't spend a lot of time in the office. I'm only here for a couple hours a week. It just isn't worth the investment for me. But if you spend a lot of time behind your computer, as most appraisers do, you might want to consider the walking desk option, the treadmill that goes underneath the desk. This desk will work with those. It's got a big open space underneath with the pedestals on either side of the desk, so you could do that. So just a little helpful tip out there, folks. If you're looking at a standing desk, autonomous is a great way to go. I think they call them the least expensive motorized standing desk, I think is their tagline, something like that. And they truly are. It's a great investment. I love mine. And you ought to consider it. Folks, the other thing you ought to consider is being a part of our online group that meets once a month, folks, for a interactive 2 or 3 hour meeting where we talk about improving your business. If you're ready to take your business to the next level, please consider joining the Appraiser Academy. You can find them online, theappraisercoach.com/memberships. Just click on memberships and check out the Appraiser Academy today. Hope to see you soon there. And thanks again, folks, for joining me today.